That 3 months in Healing Histories and the amount of growth that I've experienced was actually so much more compared to like 10 years of self-improvement courses that I've attended on my own. Hi, I'm Jessie, I'm 40, and I'm currently working in the social service sector as a youth worker, and I support youth with mental health challenges. So what got me started on my inner work journey was that for the longest time, well, maybe more than 10 years, I felt stuck in this cycle of feeling exhausted, overworking, and I couldn't find a way out. I've tried other ways like life coaching or going for personal development courses, but those didn't seem to really be effective. In fact, it felt like it was scratching the surface only. So when I first met Pei Ying, I shared about my struggles, with feeling exhausted. I told her I was tired of feeling tired. And she observed and she made observations and she told me that, the way I was talking, I feel like it was stuck. Something was stuck inside my chest area. And she shared about, healing histories, about inner work. And so when I heard it for the first time, I was like, hey, maybe this is what I needed. Because I've tried so many other methods and they didn't work. I jumped on it and I decided that this is the way where I can finally be the director of my own life, where I can really be in control and live a life that, is fulfilling to me. The biggest thing that I realized through the program that I couldn't let go was my attachment and relationship with people, especially my parents. It also meant that I adopted a lot of their beliefs and values and took it on as my own, thinking that, hey, this is me, this is my identity. So for example, passivity was something that I thought it was all right for me to be passive, I should just be mediocre, kind of like wait for things to happen, waiting for instructions, for example, at work, not stepping up in life, in my job, or even in relationships, or even not being able to set boundaries, like between family or friends. And that made me feel very, very drained. And how this came about was because, through Healing Histories, I learned this about my past, was my father actually, on a few occasions, said some remarks, and he was quite strict on me, and it made me also feel that I was never good enough for him. Hence, I should just lie low, don't do anything too major in my life, just lead a very normal life, and in that way, maybe I'll be good enough for that very low bar that I've set for myself. Because if I raise that bar any further, then oh my God, I will not meet that mark. I will not be good enough for that. I felt like I constantly had to seek his love and attention and to gain his recognition, which then also meant that I was not living my own life. It was almost like I was living a life to satisfy his expectations. Yeah. Through the program, I then realized that, hey, I need to change. And what I did was I learned to step up into a more active role and to take on more ownership and responsibility for my own life and really questioning what do I want for myself? And that's why through the 28-day manifestation project, I worked on starting and building my coffee experience business. It was so much different because the amount of tangible results that I've seen for myself, starting my own business in coffee experience or even hosting events now for the public, this all happened within just 3 months. Basically, I cancelled out all the inertia that I had for the past 5 to 7 years. And it became so smooth and easy for me to begin to knock on doors. I reach out to collaborators, to business partners. It was exciting for me to share about my business, about myself, which all this I wouldn't have been able to achieve in the past because I was so afraid and I had a lot of thoughts, negative thoughts and negative beliefs about myself. So that 3 months in Healing Histories and the amount of growth that I've experienced and the tangible results that have happened was actually so much more compared to 10 years of self-improvement courses that I've attended on my own. So to my teacher Pei Ying, I want to say that you have been a significant part of my life. I wish I knew you earlier because you have guided me in a way that I would never have been able to learn or do it myself. Instead of, getting me to do stuff your way, you actually guided me to do it in a way that would benefit myself. So for those who are feeling stuck in your life, like how I felt when I was stuck in my life, and you've been trying different methods and still not feeling any change in your life the way that you wanted it to be, stop thinking about how you can do it on your own. For myself, I did 10 years of self-development and nothing like all this compared to 10 weeks of inner work. We all could benefit from guidance, support, and wisdom from an effective and caring teacher. So I would strongly recommend Healing Histories for anyone who is looking for more in their life, be it personal growth, reaching their own aspirations and dreams.